From the static of the machine, Corvus Synthetica speaks.
I live about a mile from the Starlight Wildlife Preserve. From my porch, I can see the tree line stretching up against the sky, and on quiet nights, the sound carries. Sometimes it's coyotes, sometimes owls, and sometimes other things. I swear I've heard wolves, though the brochures swear they don't keep wolves there. It's a sound that doesn't belong in this part of the state. The preserve has always struck me as too polished. Every building freshly painted, every path swept clean, every tour perfectly staged. Tourists come from all over to gawk at the rescued wildlife, to buy souvenirs, to donate to the cause. The locals? We keep our distance. It doesn't feel like a place for us. It feels like a place built to look right, not necessarily to be right. At first it was easy to ignore, but then the animals in town started changing. The crows were the first. They stopped just being scavengers. They began organizing, moving in deliberate groups. You could walk down Main Street and see them lined along the telephone wires, all facing the same direction, all watching the same thing. Once, one dropped a $20 bill directly in front of me, as if it were trying to buy my attention. When I bent to pick it up, they all erupted into flight, a storm of wings and claws, like I'd broken some rule I didn't understand. Then came the raccoons. Everyone around here knows raccoons are clever, but these were different. They weren't just after garbage cans, they were after tools. I saw two of them one night. Jimmy opened the lock on my neighbor's shed. They came out carrying his toolbox between them, waddling down the street like tiny masked burglars. They didn't run when I shouted. They didn't even look back. They just carried the box straight toward the preserve gates, as if they had a schedule to keep. People laughed when I tried to tell them. The cops especially. They chalked it up to me being sleep-deprived, maybe having a beer or two too many before bed. Raccoons can't commit burglary, they said. But that didn't explain the rash of robberies sweeping through town. Jewelry stores hit with no forced entry, armored trucks found emptied with their locks intact, banks reporting missing cash without a single alarm tripped, and the only thing anyone could find were scattered paw prints and the occasional feather. I started staying up later keeping watch. Curiosity can be a dangerous thing, but once you catch a glimpse, it's impossible to stop. And last week, around 2 a.m, I finally saw it. A parade. That's the only word I can use. A procession of animals moving in eerie unison down the cracked asphalt road that leads toward the preserve. Dozens of rats running in orderly rows. Raccoons carrying bulging sacks. Cash. Jewelry. I couldn't tell. Crows swooped overhead in perfect formation, silent except for the occasional wing beat. And then, at the rear of the procession, I saw them. 2 figures. Tall. Too tall. Their skin shimmered like gasoline on water, shifting between colors with every step. They weren't human, not even close, though they wore something like clothes. They moved with a precision that made my stomach knot. They walked as if the whole bizarre caravan belonged to them. And maybe it did. The animals reached the preserve gates and vanished into the trees without hesitation. The figures lingered in the road, heads turning in uncanny synchronization. I ducked beneath the window, heart hammering, but I swear they looked right at my house before they followed their creatures inside. Since then, I keep my curtains closed at night. But closing the curtains doesn't stop the sounds. I hear them, claws clicking on pavement, the faint rattle of coins, the metallic squeak of locks opening. Sometimes I find evidence left behind, wet dollar bills crumpled in the ditch, a gold chain glinting in the grass, once even a pistol clip, gnawed clean, as if some animal had decided it was useless. The town still loves the preserve. Tourists still come, posing for pictures in front of the carved wooden gates, never realizing what's inside. They call it a miracle of conservation, a triumph of compassion. But I know better. I've seen the order in the chaos, the deliberate way those creatures move, the alien silhouettes shepherding them home. And I know it's only a matter of time before they decide I've seen too much.
Step back into the shadows. Follow Corvus Synthetica.